today is Tuesday and I was hoping to get some sketching done this morning, film my sketching to practice a bit more sketching in front of the camera because I find it really quite hard, but instead I'm doing this. But what I discovered that was ever so slightly off-putting was I was being watched and I hadn't noticed it for at least half an hour. I just happened to look up and there she is, and I find that very funny. Okay, so it's now Saturday and no, I have not done any sketching, but we did buy a tent a couple of days ago. We bought a tent and we've been sleeping in it every night and it's so good for your health. And I did plan to get up this morning about 4 o'clock to come outside, sketch and listen to the birds during their dawn chorus, and it was really loud. I did hear it, but I just could not get out of bed. And I also wanted to sketch at the table outside in the garden, but it's too bright and too warm. And it's quite noisy downstairs at the moment because obviously it's a Saturday, everyone's at home. So I'm going to go upstairs. I have this little space up here where we've got all our Lego, we've got all the children's Lego and my Lego. I do have some Harry Potter Lego. And so I'm going to transform this space just for today so that I can sit here and do a little bit of sketching. Right, so here we go. I've made it really simple. I've just got the doll's house front, which is what I'm going to try and do a few sketches of. No little bits and pieces because I don't want any distractions. And yeah, I've just got my sketchbook, my pencils, sharpener, and I am ready to go. Okay, so I have added a few little bits to my desk because I did think, when I first sat down, I did think, oh, it feels a little bit boring. I need a distraction. Start by sketching the door, because that will be the focal point of the house. I am terrible when it comes to perspective and getting the lines right. It never looked how it should look. It would be really interesting for me to sort of look back over these videos and see if I have improved my sketching and filming simultaneously. Because I do want to get better at it. I do like just sitting here. Do you know what I've done? This is what I do every single time when I do something like this. I do it too narrow. So I think I need to not focus too much on having a good sketch. I think I just need to get that out. Do that. It is an absolute scribble. And then, oh my gosh. I tend to sketch on the side. I don't know why. I always done that with writing as well. I will hold my paper on the side. Yeah, when I'm doing straight lines particularly. But I've always done that when I write. I've always written on the side. Very odd. Or is it? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, I've done it too narrow, but I don't care. I also think as well, when filming sketching, that I probably should start the film halfway through when I've got into what I'm doing, because it takes a long time to get into sketching. It takes a long time to get my mind kind of, I don't know, get into it, I think. Especially when it's taken however long it's taken to actually set this thing up. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, there is something about sketching in front of the camera. It just brings out the worst in me. But this is a sketch to find out how I want to decorate this house for. I wish I'd lifted it higher up actually, so I wasn't having to do the perspective. And that's wrong, look at that. And all of that stuff, because it's just annoying. There we go. Right. I probably should have done it about this size. I think I should have made it a lot smaller. I wonder whether I can start again. Yeah, because I think what I might need to do is just do, or unless I lean it at an angle. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. I'm worried that it's going to slip, but I don't think it will. Okay, yes, it will slip, and it will make me jump as well. Do you know what? I'm going to carry on as I was. I'm not going to change it, because what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to come up with different ideas. And I mean, this is the thing. Not filming, and then filming. Oh, I don't know. I don't sketch enough though, that's one of my things. So maybe if I film and sketch, I don't know, should I rub that out? Because what I'm thinking of anyway is, I want to do a miniature painting. That's why I'm doing this. Well, there are two reasons why I'm doing this. One is I want to decorate the front of the house and make it look nice in my little workshop corner. But secondly, Father's Day is coming up, and this is my dad's, well, my dad made this doll's house. And sadly he did pass away last November, and he had Alzheimer's, and it's quite a struggle to remember what he was like before he got sick. And I am finding that doing my art and making my YouTube channel is quite a good therapy. It is quite therapeutic, and I think what I want to do is put little ivy coming up here, maybe. Oh, I want to buy some of those little tiny lights that you can put around there, so that would look really, really sweet. But I'm wondering whether to sort of save that for Christmas, which is not far off. I'm going to sketch one of these, because one of these are sort of, I think, the focal point, I think. I remember seeing lots of photographs. I'm doing it again. Every time I start a sentence, I then disappear off into another world of what else can I talk about? I don't know. I'm going to go back to what I was talking about. Yeah, so my dad, he was always supportive of my art. He used to watch, I used to sell on eBay, so he would always be there watching. I used to do it on the auction. And so he'd always be cheering me on and like, oh yeah, you sold something or whatever. We also bought a telescope together, and he was just encouraging of everything that I ever did. And I had so many interests, and I still do. And when I was younger, I used to absolutely hate that. I used to hate the fact that I wasn't like lots of other people I knew, lots of friends who they had one thing that they wanted to do. So yes, my friend wants to be a lawyer, or another friend wants to be this, or somebody else wants to be an artist. Whereas I was like, I want to be an artist, a brain surgeon, a physicist, an astronomer, an astronaut, all these other things. So many different things I wanted to be. And when I was younger, I used to think, oh, it's so annoying. And I used to think, yeah, I take after my dad. My dad is very much like that. He used to love everything, which is why it's so much harder seeing the Alzheimer's. As with everyone, you know, you see this really intelligent, clever, funny person just become something. There you are, that's a bit better. I'm sketching a bit better now. But yeah, you see this funny, intelligent person just become completely, I don't know how to describe it. He just, yeah. There we have it. That's how I think a lot of people who have had this experience are probably thinking, yeah, that's a good way of explaining it. It is just blur. You don't know how to explain. I think it is such a fresh subject in my mind as well that I'm not, maybe my brain's not ready to go there. This is something I found really hard when he was alive, was that I just could not, no matter how hard I tried, remember what he was like before. And it used to frustrate me because I knew that it was my brain, like, protecting me from that side of things. It's like, you know, you don't want to know who he was before, because if you remember that, it's going to be even more painful. And, you know, it will make it harder to deal with what you're going through at the moment. And so I used to lie in bed sometimes in the morning and just try desperately to remember what he was like, try and hear his voice before he got sick, everything. And it just doesn't come, and it's just, horrible, and at the moment it's not coming back. And maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I'm not ready to hear his voice and the things that he used to say yet. I don't know. But I am finding this to be quite therapeutic. I'm probably talking about it as well. Getting it out of my head. Although I'm getting a bit witchery. I think what I want to do with this, one column, I want to keep it there because I think it's nice to have that. I don't know why it's nice. Maybe I should rub it out. What is, oh. Do you know what, I'm going to rub it out because it will be on video. So there you are. And also I can cut that whole bit out. Or I won't cut that whole bit out. Or if I have cut that whole bit out, this was drawn at the beginning of the video. And I thought it was awful. So I tried again. So, and this is all, oh, look at that mess. This is also supposed to be an art journal. So I'm trying to kind of make it a bit more journaly. Because obviously that's more of a sketchbook. I mean, it's got a date. So it makes it a diary. But I don't know. Is this all I'm going to end up having done? I don't know. I just don't know. So I want something wrapped around here. So like, I don't know, like a little thing. So one of the other things that's quite therapeutic about doing this particular drawing is that my dad was an architect. So it does make me think I loved houses growing up. Obviously, well, not obviously because he was an architect, but just because I'm assuming I loved architecture and houses because of my dad's architecture. I don't know. Maybe it's just something I've always liked. But I actually like it without. Oh, I don't know. I was thinking maybe I like it without that, but yeah, maybe I don't. I don't know. Let's just add it all the way down. But yeah, he was an architect, so it kind of reminds me of the things he did. He's also an amazing artist. My sister and I both sort of inherited that part of him. So yeah, I don't know whether I mentioned it, but I want to do a little miniature for Father's Day of this house, or maybe just the door. And then have perhaps, I don't know, maybe Matilda and Josephine, they could be looking out of these two windows as soon as they're open. I could see them leaning out, or they're decorating. I do have a painting of, I think it was Matilda and Josephine decorating a house for Halloween. And this is going to be so easy to do this house for autumn and winter. Get some snow on it. And all those things. Oh, I can't wait for autumn. I am enjoying summer. Actually, that's what I wanted to do. We went to Sissinghurst. We've been there twice recently. And it is just so incredibly beautiful. So maybe try and get some things. Have like a really lovely garden out the front. I'm very optimistic that that's going to be the case. I would like to have some little window, what are they called? Window boxes, I think they're called. Well, that is a lot of sketching I've done so far. No, it's not. Oh, I could have like, because lots of people nowadays have wreaths on their doors all year round. I wonder whether to do that with this one. Because it did have a Christmas wreath on it, which I did years ago and never took it off. I only took it off the other day. So yeah, it can be very difficult to talk about dementia and things like that because it's just such a horrible topic, and a lot of people, I do remember actually telling someone years and years ago that my dad had dementia, and I think their reaction was, oh, is that when they sort of get a bit forgetful and a bit dithery? And you know, it's like, no, it's not like that at all. It is, it is just, it's a bit, yeah, I don't really want to go into it, to be fair. I think it's hard. Maybe I will one time, but I kind of want this channel to be a nice, happy, lovely place for Matilda and Josephine. But to be fair, you know, if you don't talk about things like this, then, you know, so many people suffer in silence and don't share. I know that, you know, it is a really difficult subject to broach when you have someone in your life who suddenly doesn't behave the way the rest of the world do, and you know. And I remember when I was younger hearing, I think it was an advert for awareness of dementia years and years ago, and this young woman was talking about her father having dementia and how he'd lost his sense of humour. And I remember thinking, gosh, that's horrible. My dad had such an incredible sense of humour, but I didn't realise just what that meant until my dad lost his sense of humour, because it's not just the humour that goes, it's like a really dark side that takes its place, and you have this kind of frustration and anger, and things just aren't pleasant anymore, and you try and fight to try and get that person back. I remember sort of trying to help him learn things again, and it's like it's just a futile battle, and you watch someone slipping away, and it's quite painful. So there we have it. I've done one of those, and I've done a door, and I haven't really... No, I do want to have like a lovely little lantern. I did previously have a lantern. I got one of these. I wish I'd still kept them actually. But oh, I'm gonna have to find the photograph. I think it's on our other computer, so I think I will get that for this video. I will find the photo of the house decorated for Christmas a few years ago, because I did put little lantern things hanging down, and then I had a tree, and it did look really sweet, and I had lights inside. Oh goodness me. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I feel like I want to write lots of quotes and things on here, so it has that kind of art journal feel. And I think for me as well, when I'm doing my art and other creative things, it's kind of escaping to another world. I mean, if you've watched my other videos, you'll know that I do like this sort of fantasy world. I do have my dragons and my other lovely things, and I obviously do sketch 2 witches having a mystical, magical, fun life. And if you watch my channel, you'll have seen these lots of times. And that is one of the hard things about losing someone, is knowing that they're not going to see all of this. Although I'm sure someone will say that he is right by my side, right now. Oh, it's getting quite depressing. Anyway, oh lovely, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this, oh, I don't know. I think maybe sort of curling up this evening. So I am trying to get better at drawing in front of the camera, so I can talk while I'm sketching, and I can talk through what I'm doing. That is going to be too low, isn't it? That's going to be, I don't know. Let's see. There we go. It doesn't look very good. But yeah, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to do it, but I'm also, I just do want to sketch. I think that's too low. I do think, oh, no, not to either. I think the door goes all the way up to there anyway, unless you have them either side. I can't remember whether I did have them either side. Oh, I really hope I can find these photographs. Yeah, if I have them either side. I don't know why, but it reminds me of a police station. Like these sort of old-fashioned police stations, and they used to have the blue, I think they used to have like the blue bit, and it had police written on it. I think a lot of them I think still have them. I'm sure I saw one recently on my travels. Yeah, and they'd sort of be hidden behind here, like so, and that would be like that. I need to get all sorts of little lights so I can put them in places. This house was originally, I think my dad did set it up to have lights inside. It had a little plug socket thing on the back, but I don't recall it ever actually working. I don't know whether he ever got it to work or whether he ever finished it. I'm not sure, I can't remember. But I have often put these little tea lights that you get, the little the battery powered ones, obviously not the real ones, not the managed to set light to the house. That would be good. Right. Yeah, I think that's what it really does remind me of a police station. Like not the actual door, but just those lights. I think I'm gonna have to do them. I suppose they need to be a bit more sort of witchy. They're more kind of, I mean, they do go with the house. Is that Georgian or something? Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know. I think I'm going to stop there. I might try again a bit later. I might leave this set up and maybe come up a bit later on. Yes, so... So I've been doing this for 27 minutes. It seems a lot longer. It seems like more like 3 hours. Okay. I wonder whether to just go and do a bit of sketching now. Just go off away from the camera. Do a bit of sketching. And then maybe come back when I have a bit more of a idea. Yes. That's what I'm going to do.